I don't exactly know what is called as a robot. I mean, I know the definitions of it. When it comes to a TV remote, which has a gesture capability, I can change with my hand gestures the channels or the music that I want. Or there is some kind of a Bluetooth controlled robot car, and I want to send commands, and it receives my commands, and it is completely teleoperated with the help of a Bluetooth module. All these things can happen with the robotic car. And there is one kind of a remote controlled car. If I want to operate it, if I want to move it forward, I can give it throttle up and it moves forward and accelerates, decelerates, everything happens. When it comes to straight away understanding or categorizing whether this electronic device is a robot or not, there should be a very clear understanding of the flow chart that we're going to discuss. So here is our algorithm to check whether a device or any electronic gadget that is in front of you, either the camera or a mic that I'm speaking with you, or that laptop that you're able to see this video, or any electronic gadget, whether it is a robot or not, how do we generally categorize or have this algorithm helpful for us? Let us start from selecting a device. So here is the first step. We are going to start here. We will be selecting a device. Maybe that can be any kind of a camera or a mobile phone or a laptop, or systematically a robot, which will definitely fall under the category of robot, or anything. Okay, we'll be selecting a device over here, and then here is an important check. Does it see, smell, or detect some kind of radiations around it, or even does it feel the touch? So it means if it is having a camera, or a robot whichever is having a camera, it can see surroundings, or it can sense any kind of thermal radiation if it is having a thermal detector. So if it is a temperature sensor, it will detect the temperature surrounding to it. So obviously a sensor can do the same thing. Or else there is one more important check. If it is able to see, touch, smell, or detect any kind of radiation, the next important check is it alive? So if it is alive, so obviously it is not a robot. I can do all the things. An animal can even sense, see, and touch, feel the touch, everything. A human can do the same thing. So if it is alive, obviously it's not a robot. But if it is not alive, but it is still able to see or sense any kind of senses or anything, if it is able to sense any of the five typical senses activities that we do, then obviously you need to check, is it having any kind of electrical, or some electronic sensors embedded on it? Then obviously if it is having electronic sensors, then the next very check is it having a controller inside it? But there are very rare cases. If it is able to see everything, but still it is not having electronic sensor, obviously it's not a robot. And if it is having electronic sensors, but it is not having any electronic controller on it, maybe some kind of a microcontroller, or there are many examples like 8051 to Atmel, or any kind of a broad controllers, or single board computers, or anything. It might be anything whichever is controlling the other electronic peripherals on board. So is it having any kind of controller? And if there is no control on it, obviously it's not a robot. So you need to check two things. I'm repeating again. If it is having a sense, or touch, or smaller, or it is any kind of detection possible, or it is able to smell or detect the gases around it, so obviously we have to check whether it is having an electronic sensor or not. So if it is not having an electronic sensor, then it's not a robot. And if it is having an electronic sensor, the next thing we need to check is if it is having a controller on it. And if there is a controller on it, obviously we need to check for the very important step, is it remotely operated? So is your remote control car, of course the name itself tells, a toy which is we play in our childhoods. It's a remote control toy. It doesn't know that it has to not hit the wall. It doesn't know that it has to not go beneath the your chairs or tables, or hit legs whoever is walking in the play. So here, is it a remote control car? That's very important step. And if it is a remote control car, strictly speaking, that's not a robot. It's not happening with think cycle of a robot. So if it is a remote control car, it's not a robot. And if it is Still not a remote control car, but it is having few of the peripherals like arms or lights or speakers that react to the environment depending upon the census data that is being driven to the controller. So it means depending upon the census data driven to the controllers, and from that controller it's not teleoperated but still it is reacting to the environment because of few peripherals on it, then it is definitely a robot. So this is a very important check. Most of us confused by looking at a remote control toy. We think like that's a robot, yeah, that's a robotic toy. Absolutely not. So you need to check for the very next important check. If it is not a remote control toy, then what's happening? It's having some kind of arms, or it is having some kind of what you call legs which react to the environment, or still it is having some kind of actuator systems like a wheel robot can move from one point to other point if it is having an obstacle free space. So there are many examples which can fit into the last step, which is also called as the maturity stage of a robot. So this is a very simple flow chart which explains whether the selected device is a robot or not.